Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I am Kalua. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. So we just had yesterday the confident transformations workshop event, get together, whatever you want to call it. And it was beautiful. I loved the conversation. You just know when something's in alignment, when it just flows nicely. And that was exactly what yesterday brought. It was just this beautiful flow. As Jennifer spoke, then I spoke, and then Claire spoke, and just really all came together beautifully.
All righty.
Oh my.
It is time.
For some reason,
It's time for us to
I have a video on. Okay. So anyway, so it was wonderful. Right now, my Crave Club members have access to that video. So if you want to go through and check that out, it's just really good stuff. And we're going to actually tap into it a little bit today based on our divine message. But if you are interested in, having access to the recording of that, just message me, let me know, and we'll see about getting you some access to that. Okay. So yes, I am here with this week's divine message for our soul-led ladies. And whether you are here with me in the moment, you're watching the replay about this time frame, or you're watching it however long from now, if you're here, the message is for you, and you are part of the collective energy that created it, which I always say is really cool. So this is for you, my loves. And this is what is so funny is, so I'm starting with our nature guidance, and cauliflower came up. Okay. And what cauliflower is about transition. Don't you love how this stuff just works, right? Transitions, transformations, rebirth. And that's exactly the season we're in right now. We just had Ostara, the spring equinox, and we moved into spring. And what our energy guidance is telling us is victory, success. Yes, we are going to have a successful transformation. So that's wonderful, right? Okay, great. Let's just all go on about our lives, and that's it. No, not quite that easy. So here's what I want to impart in order to help you have that successful transition, that rebirth. And hey, good morning, Lee. So nice to see you. Super excited. Actually, just a quick, Lee distracted me, but that's okay. It's a good distraction. Lee just recorded with me her story for Breakthrough or Bust, and that's coming out in a couple weeks. And oh my gosh, so good. So good. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, moving on to our rebirth. Here's what I want to say about rebirth. Any of us who have gone through the birthing process, we know it can be a little gritty. Okay. So yes, we're transitioning. We went from that time of winter, the looking in the water, the reflection, right? We're reflecting, we're looking that hard look in the mirror, facing some truths. Last week we talked about moving into spring with love for ourselves, right? Unconditional love for ourselves, forgiveness. No matter what we've done in the past, that's just learning. That's learning. It's part of our journey, and that's okay. And we're not meant to be perfect, right? So don't chastise yourself for not being perfect. So that was right. We were clearing all of that out last week, getting ready to move into spring. So now is the birthing, right? That rebirthing is starting to happen. It wasn't, did you think it was just going to be like, oh, yay, sprouts? No, we got to go through that birthing process. And it was funny because one of the things that came up in that workshop last night was the idea of sedating it. Right. And when you think about if you're having a baby and labor is progressing, right, and you're feeling it, and maybe you get some medications, maybe you get the, what is that thing in the back? You know what I'm talking about. Clearly I didn't get it, but whatever that is, that shot you get in the back to epidural, right? Epidural to dull the pain. But what happens a lot of times is it stalls the process. It really slows things down. And, that's okay, right? No, epidural thank you, Lee. No judgment, right? Because sometimes, golly, I know somebody who was having a 30-hour labor or something like that. And, I think about 20 hours in, she was like, please just give me something. And yes, right? No judgment about where you are and what you need in the process, of course, right? But I think sometimes if we're just trying to avoid any sense of pain and we just completely want to block it out, we really stall things out. We really delay it. Okay. So you still have to be there. You've got to be present. You've got to be in the process and you've got to be going through it. You've got to feel, right? I always say that, feel to heal. And if you've ever done like a home birth or you went to a birthing center, think about how it went. Or even like if you did the hospital birth, but you've already been through it once, so you knew not to go to the hospital too early and you stayed home and you did the labor process at home for a while, right? What do? You make yourself as absolutely comfortable as possible, right? You maybe turn on some music that you like, maybe light some candles. Um, some people will sit on a ball and kind of rock. Some people get on their hands and knees, right? You do all these different things to just get yourself comfortable. Some people might just hum like, right? Anything that helps you move through that process, being comfortable, getting yourself as comfortable as you possibly can in the thick of it. And I think that is what we want to focus on, what we want to concentrate on this week. I want you to make yourself so indulgently comfortable this week because this is the process we're rebirthing, right? This is a new year. I know it's New Year happens in January, but I think that's kind of weird, right? This is the new year, the spring, right? The new life is coming. And so I want you to start to indulge yourself, be comfortable. Think about what you can do. So, some of the things that you might do is like clean out your home, right? The spring cleaning, that's, a thing for a reason. Clear out any stuff that's sort of blocking the energy. You don't need it in the house anymore. Get it out because when you get rid of what's no longer serving you, you're making room for something new to come along that's much, much better, right? That happens physically in your environment and it happens energetically for you. And so by doing that physically, you can create that in your mental and your energetic sphere. So things like that. Maybe you do a little bit more with your self-care routine. I found myself doing a little cleanup of the house, but then I made sure to prioritize time to do like maybe some little facials and pedicure and stuff like that around here. And I found myself like, ooh, I'm going to add some rose water, right? Like, so you steam your face and add some rose water to it. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And it just takes a very simple thing and just makes it 20 times better, right? That's the kind of stuff I want you to do this week. So yeah, you can't just maybe you can just drop everything and go somewhere. Great, go do it. But if you're not able to drop everything, make everything more indulgent. If you're stuck in meetings, go get some chocolate and tea. I actually did that yesterday, not even thinking about it, right? I just sit there and don't be jealous while you nibble on your chocolate, right? Just make everything that you're doing a little more indulgent. And as you add that indulgence, that pleasure to your life, you are being that person, that version of yourself that already has the life you desire. So you're already calling it into fruition, right? You're just giving it that extra oomph by doing that. It's not, I will do this when, I will do this and then it comes, right? So just start to bring all of that into your life this week. I think that, first of all, you're just going to feel amazing. You're going to be in the best mood and you're going to be drawing in that transformation that you want and not putting more want out into the world. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Yes, if you would like the recording from last night's Confident Transformations, just go ahead, message me, send me your email, or just, let me know, and I will get that out to you. So I hope this was helpful. Comment, what are you going to do? I would love to also hear that. What is one thing you're going to do to indulge yourself a little bit this week to make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can as you go through your rebirth? All right, my loves, that's what I've got for today. I will see you next week. Be amazing. Mwah. I'll talk to you soon.